Hello, hopefully everyone's doing well today. What we're going to be going over today are trusses. We're going to start to design our own bridge using Tinkercad. Before we do that, though, we have to do the second step of the engineering design process. We need to research the problem. Before we build a bridge, we should know some things about it. Hopefully, you went through and you completed the homework last time that talked about the different forces that are put on a bridge. And this time, you did the reading for trusses, and that gave you a little insight as well. This is the part that's going to go on the bottom of your worksheet. Please make sure you're copying down these class definitions onto the worksheet. These are the definitions you're going to be responsible for. So make sure you use these. Please don't Google search definitions because, as you know, a lot of times one word can have many different meanings, and we want to make sure you have the right meaning attached with that word. So when it comes time for tests and quizzes, you have a good understanding of what that meaning is and not something that's potentially wrong. So the first word we're going to go over today is truss. A truss is a structure made up of triangles to increase strength and efficiency. Now, when we build a bridge, we want our bridge to be very efficient. An efficient bridge is one that's going to hold up the most weight using the least amount of materials to do so. We want that bridge to be as strong as it can be, but we also want it to be efficient, meaning we don't want to use a lot of materials to make that happen. And one of the shapes that allows us to do that is a triangle. A triangle is a very stable structure. When you put pressure on one side, the other sides help to hold that structure in place, or that triangle in place. That's why we're going to be using them when we create a bridge. The goal is not to use the most material, it's to use the least material wisely to get the most efficient bridge. With that, we're going to talk about three different bridges today that you'll have to choose from or even mix and match from as you design your bridge. The first commonly used truss design is called a how truss. A how truss has vertical members with diagonals sloping towards the top center that are held in compression. So when we look at this, you can see how the diagonal members are starting at the top center and sloping down away from the top. This causes the bridge to be held in compression. That's the force that pushes together. Certain materials are stronger in compression than in tension, like wood, different things like that. Our Pratt truss is a truss that has vertical members with diagonals sloping away from the top center that are held in tension. You can see how they start at the bottom this time in the picture and slope up from that center point. This puts those members in tension. Now, tension is the force that pulls apart. And if we were using metal, this would be a very good structure to create our bridge with because of the fact metal's very strong in tension, but not quite as strong in compression. The last truss is a Warren truss. A Warren truss is a truss that may or may not have vertical members and has diagonal members that slope both towards and away from the center that are held in both tension and compression. So there's two different types of Warren trusses we can use. The one in the picture is the most basic type, which has no vertical members, but with the members slanting in either direction. As you can see, there's a lot of triangles in that bridge. If we were to cross a longer span with a Warren truss, we would add the vertical members to help increase its efficiency and strength. It'll also add more triangles to our truss structure. So those are your three bridges you should be aware of. Please make sure you kind of get those definitions, especially the parts about being held in compression or tension, and look at the bridge itself to make sure you can identify them, because those sorts of things will come up later on tests and quizzes. All right, please make sure you put these definitions on your worksheet. Have a great day,